Have you ever felt the world pressing down on you, like every excuse you made was a chain holding you back? Tonight I will take you to the edge of fear, pain, and raw determination. You will see yourself in ways you never imagined, and discover the one choice that will change everything. Are you ready to face the truth that no one else will tell you? Stay with me, because what comes next will either ignite your fire or leave you frozen in the shadows forever. The room is silent except for the rapid pounding of your own heartbeat. Sweat drips down your forehead and stings your eyes. The air is thick, almost suffocating, heavy with the weight of every choice you have avoided. You feel the cold floor beneath your trembling feet, grounding you in reality. Every muscle aches, screaming at you to stop, to give in, to make an excuse. But the mirror in front of you does not lie. It reflects not just your face, but every failure you ever whispered to yourself. Every time you said it was too hard. Every time you said you were too tired. Every time you chose comfort over courage, you inhale sharply. The air tastes like iron and fear. The walls seem to close in, pressing against your ribs, daring you to quit. A shiver runs down your spine as the truth hits you. No one is coming to save you. No one will fight for your dreams. The pain you feel is real. The struggle is undeniable. Excuses are just illusions, hollow words hiding the fear that you carry. You feel your chest tighten, your hands clench. This is the moment where most people give in, but not you. You step forward into the darkness, every nerve screaming against the choice. You feel the cold sweat on your back, your legs burn. Every fiber of your body demands surrender. Yet with each step, something inside begins to roar. A fire ignites deep in your core, fueled by everything you have ignored for too long. You feel it now, raw and undeniable. No excuse can survive the force of your determination. Your mind fights against your body. Your body fights against your mind. Every thought whispers, "It is too late. You are not ready." Every sound in the room becomes louder. The ticking of the clock, the creak of the floorboards, your own ragged breathing. It is almost unbearable. And then, in the chaos of pain and fear, clarity hits you. No excuse. You do not need permission. You do not need comfort. You do not need anyone to believe in you. The only thing that matters is the next step, and you take it, even when your knees tremble, even when your lungs burn, even when the world seems determined to crush you. You are awake now. Every failure, every doubt, every excuse falls away like ash in the wind. You feel the sharp sting of reality and the intoxicating taste of courage, and you realize something terrifying. This is not the end of the struggle. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning, and the world around you does not pause for anyone. The shadows in the room stretch longer, darker, like fingers reaching to pull you back into comfort and complacency. The air vibrates with tension, every breath a sharp reminder of how fragile your resolve feels. Your heart pounds in your ears, loud enough to drown out every doubtful thought, yet small enough that fear still whispers in the corners of your mind. Your muscles are on fire, protesting every movement, every choice, every step forward that demands more than you think you can give. Pain is no longer an obstacle. It is a messenger, screaming a message you cannot ignore, move, or fade. Your hands, slick with sweat, feel the rough edges of the floor beneath you, every touch a tactile reminder of the reality you are refusing to deny. You are raw, vulnerable, exposed, and yet you are moving. The room seems to close in further, shadows flickering like they are alive, mocking your struggle, daring you to stop. You hear a creak behind you, or maybe it is in your mind, a whisper of every excuse you have ever made. Too late, too tired, too weak, too afraid. But your feet do not falter. Your body refuses surrender. Every fiber, every sinew, every drop of blood and sweat becomes a testament to your refusal to give in. The walls themselves seem to shiver under the force of your persistence, as if the world is acknowledging the inevitability of your defiance. Pain courses through your body in waves sharp and relentless, yet you ride it. You learn something terrifying and magnificent at the same time. Pain does not break you. Pain is the forge in which the impossible is shaped into reality. Your breathing is ragged, each inhalation searing your lungs, each exhalation shaking your soul. You taste iron and fear and fire on your tongue. Every sound is amplified. Every shadow is alive. Every heartbeat is a drum marking the march of your defiance. You are alone, but the loneliness is no longer a weakness. It is the crucible in which strength is born. Your mind wants to betray you. It wants to collapse under the weight of every failure, every doubt, every whispered excuse you have ever told yourself. But your heart refuses. Your soul refuses. You hear a voice inside that is not your own, ancient and unyielding. No excuses. The floor beneath your feet is unforgiving, cold against the sweat and blood, yet it becomes a stage. Every bruise, every scrape, every sharp ache becomes proof that you are alive and moving forward. The darkness in the room tightens around you like a predator, and yet it cannot touch what you have chosen to claim. You feel the raw, electric shock of determination surge through your veins, sharper than any fear, louder than any doubt. It is terrifying because it is unstoppable. Your body is screaming, your mind is screaming. Even the universe seems to scream at you to stop, but your will is louder. You feel the skin on your arms tighten as if it is shrinking around the fire in your bones. You feel your stomach twist, bile rising, yet your focus sharpens. Every step forward is a battle. Every breath is a victory. The clock ticks relentlessly, marking the passage of time that no one can reclaim. Every tick is a reminder that excuses do not pay bills. Excuses do not heal wounds. Excuses do not create the life you desire. Only action does. Only pain faced without retreat creates transformation. You see it now, the raw edge of reality. You are not guaranteed comfort, love, or ease. You are only guaranteed one thing: the consequences of every choice you make or avoid. The shadows around you are cruel. They mock you with memories of your past failures, whispers of times you chose less than your best. Your heart hammers so hard it feels like it might burst. Your vision blurs, sweat stinging your eyes, your hands shaking violently. And then it comes, the moment of pure, unfiltered truth. You either move forward or you fade into a life of excuses, regrets, and what-ifs. There's no middle ground. You grit your teeth and push. You push through every screaming muscle, every sharp edge of fear, every echo of doubt. The world does not soften. The darkness does not recede. It presses harder. It threatens to consume you, but something deeper awakens inside. A core that is unbreakable, unshakable, untouchable. You feel it now, raw and fierce, a force that cannot be silenced by comfort or hesitation. It demands your attention. It demands your commitment. No excuses. Every instinct screams to stop. Every nerve begs you to quit. The room spins. Your vision narrows. The air feels thick enough to choke on. And yet you move. Every step is a defiance of gravity, of fear, of your own perceived limits. Every breath is a declaration that you refuse to be small. Every heartbeat is a drum calling you toward the edge of your potential. The pain is unbearable, yet in it you find clarity. The fear is suffocating, yet in it you find freedom. The darkness is closing, yet in it you find light. And then the revelation hits like a thunderclap. No one can do this for you. No one can carry your will. No one can fight your fight. The excuses, the delays, the comforts, the avoidance, they all end here. You are stripped bare. You are exposed. You are terrified. And in that terror, you are alive. You are more alive than you have ever been. Every cell in your body screams for surrender, yet your soul whispers only one command: no excuses. You feel the room around you shrink and expand at once, a living, breathing entity that responds to your defiance. Every sound is amplified, every shadow sharp, every heartbeat a warning. You are in the crucible. You are in the storm. Everything that is not real, everything that is not true, everything that is weak falls away. And in its place rises something terrifying, something magnificent. Your mind refuses compromise. Your body refuses retreat. Your heart refuses silence. Every breath you draw is filled with fire. Every step forward is a battle won. And in the darkness, in the sweat, in the ache, in the fear, you see it. You see the power that has been waiting for you all along. It is raw, it is sharp, it is brutal, and it is yours that no excuse can survive in this moment. No fear can overpower this resolve. No shadow can hide the truth. You are here. You are awake. You are alive. The world may press, may threaten, may mock, but nothing matters now except this: the next step, the next breath, the next act of courage. And it is terrifying, and it is glorious. It is terrifying, and it is glorious, and yet the world does not relent. The shadows in the corners of the room stretch like living things, reaching toward you with every ounce of gravity and doubt they can muster. The air feels heavy, thick with the scent of sweat, fear, and determination, filling your lungs with a fire you did not know existed. Every step forward burns your muscles, your joints cry out, and your lungs scream for mercy, yet your will refuses. Yet you feel the sting of failure on your skin, the memory of every missed opportunity, every moment you chose hesitation over action, pressing down on your chest like an unbearable weight. The walls seem to bend closer, the ceiling feels lower, as if the room itself is testing your resolve, daring you to give in, to collapse under the crushing pressure of reality. Your heartbeat rattles in your ears, a relentless drum echoing in. Your skull, each thump marking time, marking the passage of a life that waits for no one. Your hands shake uncontrollably as you grip the ground, each finger digging into the unforgiving surface, reminding yourself that this is your battlefield and retreat is not allowed. Fear wraps around you like chains, each link forged from every excuse you have ever whispered to yourself in the dark. The temptation to surrender is overwhelming, intoxicating even, promising relief, comfort, and escape. Yet you feel a spark deep in your chest, a furious pulse of defiance that refuses to bow, refuses to bend, refuses to die. The room seems alive now, shadows twitching, floorboards groaning under the invisible weight of expectation. Every sound is sharper. Every movement is magnified. Every breath you draw is a test of endurance. Pain has become your companion, and yet you do not resent it. You understand, finally, that pain is the teacher, the gatekeeper to everything you have ever desired. Every ache, every twinge, every burning sensation is proof that you are alive, proof that you are moving forward, proof that excuses no longer control you. The mirror on the wall reflects a version of yourself you barely recognize, eyes wide, with fear and fire, chest rising and falling with a rhythm of determination. You feel your body trembling violently, adrenaline coursing through your veins, yet in the chaos of the storm inside you, clarity emerges. The clarity is brutal, unrelenting, unavoidable. The world does not wait for hesitation, for comfort, for excuses. It punishes weakness and rewards courage, and you are standing in the eye of that truth, raw, exposed, and unbroken. Every nerve in your body is on fire, yet you do not stop. You feel the sweat dripping down your face, the sting of it in your eyes, the slickness on your palms, grounding you in this moment, this reality, this crucible. The shadows press closer, the silence thickens, and your heartbeat pounds louder than the ticking of the clock that measures your fleeting time. Your mind tries to betray you. Thoughts of giving up, of quitting, of surrendering, crash against your consciousness with the force of waves against a cliff. But your soul screams louder, stronger, fiercer. No excuses. You rise higher, step by agonizing step, against the tide of fear, fatigue, and doubt. Every inch you move is a declaration of war against a weakness that once defined you. Every breath is a rebellion against the comfort that once held you hostage. Every heartbeat is proof that you refuse to bow to anything that is not your truth. The room seems to breathe with you, expanding and contracting, a living entity that mirrors the intensity of your struggle. The air itself vibrates with tension, almost tangible, heavy with the promise of transformation. Every sound, the drip of sweat, the scrape of your nails, the pounding of your own heart becomes amplified, like a symphony of survival. Pain and fear collide, sharp and unyielding, and yet they do not stop you. You have reached a moment that most avoid, that most fear, the edge where every excuse dies, and only raw, unfiltered action remains. Your legs quiver with exhaustion. Your arms shake. Your lungs scream for air. The cold floor beneath your feet is unforgiving. Every bruise, every tear in your skin, every pulse of agony is a testament to the fire that now burns inside you. It is terrifying. It is relentless. It is consuming, yet, in that consuming fire, you feel something magnificent awaken. A force that is bigger than doubt, bigger than fear, bigger than every excuse you have ever whispered to yourself. It courses through your veins, a molten river of unshakable courage and relentless determination. You feel it in your chest, in your arms, in every trembling muscle. It is raw. It is sharp. It is unstoppable. The darkness presses in, threatening to snuff it out, but it cannot. No shadow can extinguish this fire. No whisper of doubt can erode this resolve. You are moving forward because you have no other choice. You are fighting because surrender is a lie you refuse to tell yourself. You are alive because you have chosen action over excuse, courage over comfort, and truth over illusion. The pain does not soften. The shadows do not retreat. And yet you rise higher, stronger, fiercer. The fear is suffocating every heartbeat, a drum of warning, every breath a test of endurance, and still you move. The mirror reflects a new version of yourself, eyes blazing, body trembling, soul ignited. You feel the weight of every past failure, every regret, every moment you chose less than your potential. And yet you do not collapse under it. You embrace it. You use it. You turn it into fuel. Every scar, every bruise, every ache becomes a banner of resilience. Every whisper of doubt becomes a challenge you meet head-on. The room itself seems to acknowledge your defiance, walls vibrating with the force of your refusal to quit, shadows retreating only slightly under the intensity of your presence. Your body is a storm, your mind a razor, your soul a flame that no darkness can contain. You are beyond excuses. You are beyond fear. You are beyond the fragile illusions of comfort and delay. You are now pure action, pure determination, pure unrelenting force. The air around you is electric, charged with the energy of someone who has stared into the abyss of their own weakness and refused to bow. Every step forward is a declaration. I will not stop. I will not hide. I will not retreat. The pain is unbearable, yet it no longer hurts. The fear is suffocating, yet it no longer controls you. The shadows are closing in, yet you are brighter than anything they can touch. And then, in the terrifying clarity of this crucible, you realize the truth. No one can fight your battles for you. No one can endure your struggles. No one can claim your victories. Excuses will never carry you. Comfort will never save you. Fear will never protect you. Only action, only courage, only relentless, unyielding determination will. You are alone, yet you are infinite. You are exposed, yet unbreakable. You are trembling, yet unstoppable. The world may try to crush you, but it cannot. You are awake now, fully awake. Every fiber of your being alive with the raw, terrifying power of someone who has decided that excuses no longer exist in their life. You feel the fire in your veins, the steel in your spine, the clarity in your mind. You see every obstacle not as a threat, but as a test. Every challenge not as a wall, but as a ladder. Every fear not as a cage, but as a key. And in that moment, the world does not feel like it is against you. It feels like it is waiting for you to claim your place. You are ready. You are relentless. You are unstoppable. No excuse can survive in the presence of this power. No fear can outlast this determination. No darkness can dim this fire. You are alive, fully, completely, gloriously alive. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same. for you have crossed a line that few dare to approach, a threshold where excuses die and raw, unfiltered action takes their place. The air around you is thick, charged with the electricity of your own courage, trembling with the rhythm of a heartbeat that refuses to submit. Your lungs burn with every breath, but in that fire you feel life more vividly than you ever have. Every nerve in your body is on high alert, screaming at you to stop, to retreat, to hide, yet you do not falter. The shadows press closer, creeping across the walls, trying to whisper the lies of hesitation and fear, but they cannot penetrate the shield of resolve that now encases you. The floor beneath your feet feels unyielding, yet you cling to it, a foundation against the storm of your own doubt. Pain gnaws at your muscles and joints, a relentless predator, yet you have embraced it as an ally, a teacher that sharpens your will and molds your determination into steel. You taste the metallic tang of sweat on your tongue, sharp and biting, and it reminds you of every moment you once wasted, every chance you once let slip into the shadows of comfort. Your eyes sting and burn, yet they see with a clarity that has been forged through struggle and the relentless refusal to accept anything less than your full potential. The world around you seems distorted, alive with a presence that tests your limits, every sound magnified, every shadow alive, every breath a battle against the weight of existence itself. And in that battle you find a new rhythm, a pulse that aligns with the deepest, most primal part of yourself, the part that knows that no one can fight your fight, carry your burdens, or claim your victories for you. Fear presses against you like a living wall, suffocating and immense, but you push back with every ounce of strength, every spark of courage, every fragment of defiance that has been smoldering within you all your life. You feel the tremor in your legs, the fire in your arms, the relentless ache in your chest, and yet it is no longer pain. It is proof that you are alive, that you are moving, that you are refusing to bow to weakness. Each heartbeat, each ragged breath, each blistering ache becomes a declaration. No excuses will survive here. Every memory of hesitation, every whisper of doubt, every lie you once told yourself falls away in the light of this moment, leaving only the raw, unbreakable core of action. You are alone, yet more alive than ever, exposed to the truth of your own potential, and it terrifies you, yet it exhilarates you. The room seems to close in, the walls breathing, the shadows shifting, the air thickening, as if the very universe is aware of the transformation occurring within you. Every muscle screams, every nerve ignites, yet you rise higher, step by agonizing step, until exhaustion itself becomes meaningless, until every drop of sweat, every shiver of fatigue, every tremor of doubt becomes fuel for your relentless ascent. You feel the fire in your chest spread outward, consuming fear, doubt, and hesitation, leaving only clarity, determination, and an unstoppable drive. The pain does not abate, the shadows do not retreat, the world does not soften, and yet you are more powerful than the forces that seek to break you. Every fiber of your being is alive, a storm of defiance, a hurricane of courage, a force that cannot be denied. The mirror reflects a version of yourself that is raw, trembling, and terrifyingly alive, eyes blazing with an intensity that pierces every lie, every comfort, every illusion that once held you captive. The air vibrates with your presence, heavy and electric, alive with the undeniable energy of someone who has refused excuses and embraced the unrelenting truth of action. You feel every heartbeat, every pulse of adrenaline, every tremor in your muscles as proof that you are awake, fully awake, and no one and nothing can turn you back. Fear may roar around you, pain may strike without mercy, the shadows may stretch and press against you, yet you rise higher, further, fiercer than ever, until the boundaries of what you thought possible shatter beneath your feet. Every step forward is a declaration of war against weakness, against delay, against the comfort that once dulled your spirit. Every breath is a rebellion against hesitation, every movement a triumph over the voices that once whispered surrender. And in the deafening clarity of this moment, you understand that this is not just survival, this is transcendence. A passage into a realm where excuses have no power, where fear is fuel, where pain is the forge of greatness. Your chest heaves with the effort, your limbs quake with exertion, your mind races with the intensity of every sensation magnified. Yet you are unstoppable, uncheckable, unbreakable. The shadows shrink before the fire of your resolve, the air itself hums with the energy of your defiance, and the room becomes a crucible in which every limitation you ever accepted is burned away. You feel it now, deep in your bones, in your blood, and the tremor of your limbs and the fire in your chest. The realization that nothing and no one can claim your victories, carry your burdens, or live your life for you. The weight of every past, failure, every regret, every whispered excuse collapses under the magnitude of your determination. And in that collapse you feel a new power, a terrifying, exhilarating, limitless force, rising from the ashes of hesitation. You are no longer the person who once whispered, who once hesitated, who once feared. You are raw, alive, unyielding, and every cell of your body resonates with the truth that excuses are dead, that hesitation is powerless, that fear is merely a shadow that flees in the presence of unrelenting action. And as the fire spreads through your veins, as the trembling turns to strength, as the pain sharpens into clarity, you know without question that nothing will ever be the same. You are awake, fully awake, and from this moment forward, every challenge, every obstacle, every shadow, and every whisper of doubt will meet the unyielding force of someone who has refused to bow, refused to retreat, refused to surrender, and embraced the terrifying, exhilarating, unstoppable power of action without excuse. You are awake, fully awake, and the air itself seems to hum with the energy of your defiance, as if the universe has recognized the ferocity of your will and holds its breath in awe. The shadows in the room no longer feel threatening, they feel like witnesses, stretching and bending to observe the transformation taking place within you, trembling at the intensity that refuses to yield. Your body burns with exhaustion, every muscle trembling, every joint screaming, yet the fire inside you only grows stronger, a blazing core that refuses to be quenched by fatigue or fear. The metallic taste of sweat floods your mouth, bitter and sharp, and you welcome it, for it is proof that you have stepped into the arena of raw, unflinching action, leaving comfort and hesitation behind forever. Your heart hammers so loudly, it seems to shake the very walls around you, a relentless drumbeat of determination, that drowns out the whispers of doubt. Every tick of time a reminder that life does not wait, and excuses are a death sentence to potential. You inhale sharply, the air thick and suffocating, each breath a struggle against the crushing weight of reality, and yet each inhalation fuels you, igniting a courage that is terrifying in its intensity. Fear presses against you like a living force, an invisible hand trying to shove you back into the shadows of your past choices. But you step forward anyway, every nerve on fire, every fiber of your being screaming with the raw, unrelenting power of someone who refuses to surrender. The walls seem to close in, the ceiling lowers, the room itself pressing against your trembling form. Yet you rise taller, taller than the pain, taller than the fear, taller than every voice that ever told you to quit. Each heartbeat resonates through your chest like an explosion, each pulse a declaration that no excuse, no hesitation, no fragment of weakness will ever claim you again. You feel your mind racing, chaos colliding with clarity, yet through the storm a truth emerges sharper than a blade. Nothing matters except the next step, the next breath, the next act of courage that proves you are alive and unstoppable. Your trembling hands grip the edges of reality, the cold, unyielding surface beneath you, grounding you, reminding you that this moment is yours, and it is absolute. Every scar, every bruise, every whisper of past failure becomes a weapon, a fuel, a proof that you have endured, that you have survived, that you have stepped into the fire and refused to be consumed. Pain is no longer your enemy. It is your teacher, your companion, your forge, shaping you into someone unrecognizable to the person who once cowered in comfort and delay. The room seems to pulse with your presence, alive and responding to the force of your will, shadows shifting as if intimidated by the raw energy radiating from your form. Every nerve, every muscle, every trembling breath screams at you to stop, yet you step forward unstoppable, unwavering, unbreakable, until fear itself feels small, insignificant, and powerless before the magnitude of your determination. The mirror reflects someone fierce, raw, terrifyingly alive, eyes blazing with a fire that cannot be extinguished, body trembling yet unyielding, a soul ignited in defiance of every excuse ever whispered. Your body is a storm, a force of nature, trembling with exhaustion yet surging with unstoppable power, and the air around you vibrates with the magnitude of your awakening. Pain strikes in waves, fear crashes like tidal walls, yet every strike, every crash, every tremor only reinforces the undeniable truth. You are no longer a prisoner of excuses. Every thought of surrender is obliterated by the roar of your soul, every shadow of doubt eclipsed by the brilliance of unrelenting action. The room contracts and expands, alive with the tension of your presence, yet you feel nothing but clarity, focus, and an overwhelming certainty that you are beyond retreat. Your body burns, your lungs ache, your heart hammers, and yet you move, step by agonizing step, into the very eye of your own limits, shattering them with each excruciating, electrifying forward motion. Every ounce of fear, every shred of hesitation, every fragment of weakness is incinerated in the crucible of your will, and in the blaze you rise terrifyingly powerful, impossibly alive. The sweat on your brow stings like fire, the tremor in your limbs sings like a symphony of defiance, and the roar in your chest echoes through the room, through the walls, through your very soul, declaring with unflinching clarity that no excuse, no fear, no shadow will ever dominate you again. You feel the raw intensity of life, every nerve on fire, every muscle trembling, every breath a testament to the courage that surges through your veins. The shadows press, the room tightens, the air thickens, yet nothing can stop you. Nothing can touch the force you have unleashed within yourself. Every heartbeat is a war cry, every breath a defiance, every movement a triumph over the weakness you once allowed to dominate your life. The fire inside spreads through every fiber of your being, consuming fear, doubt, hesitation, leaving only the raw, unstoppable force of action and courage. You are awake, fully awake, and every sense is alive, every nerve electrified. Every breath a declaration that you refuse to bow, you refuse to surrender, you refuse to live beneath your true potential. The pain is unbearable, yet it sharpens. The fear is suffocating, yet it empowers you. The shadows are relentless, yet they shrink in the face of your fire. And in this terrifying, exhilarating clarity, you understand that from this moment forward, every step, every breath, every choice will be fueled not by excuses, but by the raw, unyielding power of someone who has embraced the crucible of their own potential, who has stared into the abyss of doubt and refused to blink, who has risen from the ashes of hesitation and fear to claim the unshakable, unstoppable, terrifying glory of action without compromise. You are alive, fully, completely, unrelentingly alive, and from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same, for the fire within you refuses to be contained, spreading through every nerve, every muscle, every pulse of your being with a force that is both terrifying and exhilarating. The room around you feels alive, trembling with the weight of your awakening, shadows stretching and bending as if they are trying to flee the intensity of your presence, the electricity of your determination, the raw, unflinching truth that you will not be denied. Your body is trembling, every fiber vibrating with exhaustion and adrenaline, every joint screaming in protest, yet you feel more alive than ever, sharper, fiercer, as if pain itself has become a weapon in your hands. The air is thick and heavy, almost suffocating, carrying the scent of sweat, iron, and fear, and yet it invigorates you, sharpens you, makes every breath a battle you are determined to win. Your heart hammers in your chest, echoing in your ears like a drumbeat of war, a rhythm that drowns out every whisper of doubt, every lie you once told yourself, every excuse you ever clung to in the darkness of comfort and delay. Fear presses against you like a living thing, claws digging into your chest, but you step forward anyway. Every movement an act of defiance, every trembling step a victory over the shadows of hesitation. The mirror on the wall reflects a version of yourself that is raw, alive, terrifyingly awake, eyes blazing with a fire that no darkness can extinguish, a body trembling yet unbroken, a soul ignited with unrelenting purpose. Every sound is magnified, the drip of sweat, the creak of the floorboards, the ragged gasp of your own breath, and in that symphony of intensity, you feel the magnitude of what it means to live without excuses. Your muscles burn, your lungs scream, your veins pulse with the sharp electricity of life, yet every ache, every tremor, every pang of exhaustion is a declaration of victory, proof that you are moving, rising, claiming the power that was always within you, but dormant, waiting for this moment of terror and clarity to awaken. The shadows press in, walls closing, ceiling lowering, yet you rise higher, taller than fear, taller than doubt, taller than every limitation you once believed could hold you. Every heartbeat is a battle cry, every breath a defiance, every tremor in your body a testament to the unyielding force of your will. Pain is no longer your enemy. It is your teacher, your ally, your crucible, forging you into someone unrecognizable to the person who once hesitated, who once whispered excuses to soften the sting of fear and failure. The fire within spreads, consuming hesitation, doubt, and weakness, leaving only clarity, focus, and unstoppable power coursing through your veins. Your vision narrows yet sharpens every shadow, every sound, every flicker of movement in the room, electrifying your senses, reminding you that life waits for no one, and only action, raw and unrelenting, shapes destiny. The tremor in your limbs turns to strength, the raggedness of your breath becomes rhythm, the ache in your muscles transforms into a symphony of defiance. Every whisper of doubt collapses, every lingering shadow flees, every excuse dissolves. In the heat of the fire you have ignited within, the room itself seems to vibrate, alive with your presence, a witness to the terrifying power of someone who has refused to surrender, who has embraced the pain, who has stared into the abyss of fear and refused to blink. Your chest heaves with effort, your hands tremble with raw energy, your legs shake beneath the weight of your own persistence. Yet you rise, unstoppable, unbreakable, unshackable, moving forward with a force that cannot be denied. The metallic taste of blood and sweat on your tongue sharpens every sense, every nerve, every heartbeat, every breath, each one a declaration that excuses will never again dictate the terms of your life. Fear may roar, shadows may press, pain may strike, yet nothing can halt the unstoppable force that surges through every fiber of your being. Every memory of hesitation, every moment of weakness, every past failure is now fuel, transformed into a roaring inferno of courage, determination, and relentless action. The air vibrates, the walls pulse, the shadows retreat, as the very room bends to witness the emergence of someone terrifyingly alive, impossibly awake, someone who refuses to bow to comfort, fear, or delay. Your body burns with exhaustion, yet every tremor, every ache, every gasp of breath is a testament to your resilience, proof that you are rising beyond limits, stepping into a version of yourself that no darkness can touch. The heartbeat in your ears is deafening, the rhythm of survival and defiance echoing through every vein, every muscle, every trembling fiber, until fear itself feels insignificant, powerless, irrelevant. The fire inside you spreads further, consuming every shadow of hesitation, igniting every nerve, sharpening every sense, until you are a storm, a force of nature, trembling, yet electrifyingly alive, terrifying, yet magnificent in your intensity. The sweat on your brow stings, the tremor in your limbs pulses with energy, the fire in your chest roars, and in every trembling, gasping, aching moment, you realize with terrifying clarity that you are no longer defined by excuses, by fear, by hesitation, or by comfort. You are raw, alive, unstoppable, and every ounce of your being now belongs to action, to courage, to the relentless pursuit of what is yours to claim. The room shrinks and expands with your presence, every shadow and sound a reflection of the intensity that has taken over your life, and in that terrifying clarity, you understand that nothing, no one, no force in the world can ever hold you back again. Every step forward is a war against the person you once were, every breath a triumph over hesitation, every heartbeat a drumbeat of unstoppable power. The fire in your veins cannot be extinguished. The trembling in your limbs cannot weaken your resolve. The ache in your muscles cannot diminish your courage. You are awake, fully awake, and the world will bend only to the force of your action, the magnitude of your courage, the terrifying, exhilarating, unstoppable power of a life without excuses. Every nerve is alive, every sense heightened, every tremor a reminder that you have crossed the line, entered the crucible, and emerged unbroken, unyielding, uncontainable. The shadows shrink, the room pulses, the air thickens, and in that crucible you rise, shaking, trembling, burning, but undeniably victorious, alive, unstoppable, and ready to claim everything that is yours. And in the raw, terrifying, exhilarating clarity of this moment, you know with certainty that nothing will ever be the same again, that the fire within you will never be quenched, that no excuse, no fear, no shadow will ever have dominion over your life. You are alive, fully alive, completely awake, and from this moment forward, the world will witness the relentless, unyielding, terrifying power of someone who refuses to bow, refuses to hide, refuses to surrender, and embraces the unstoppable force of life without compromise, without hesitation, without excuse. And now, as the fire in your veins steadies into a steady, unyielding flame, the shadows retreat completely, and the room feels quiet, almost reverent, as if the universe itself is acknowledging your triumph. Your muscles still ache, your lungs still burn, your heart still races, but you are no longer trembling with fear. You are trembling with life. You have crossed the threshold, faced the abyss, and refused to turn away. Every drop of sweat, every tremor, every pang of pain was a step toward this moment of clarity, this moment of absolute power, this moment when excuses lose all meaning. You look around, and the world seems sharper, brighter, more alive. The air tastes cleaner. Every sound resonates differently. Every shadow feels smaller. Every challenge now appears as nothing more than an opportunity to rise again. You feel the weight of the past lifting from your shoulders, the chains of hesitation breaking, and the light of your own courage illuminating a path forward that only you can walk. You are free, not because the world has given you freedom, but because you claimed it step by step, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat. Take a deep, steady breath. Feel it fill your chest. Feel it carry every ounce of determination, every spark of courage, every lesson learned from every moment you refused to quit. This is yours. Your life, your choices, your destiny. No excuse can ever touch it again. And as you stand there, exhausted but alive, trembling but unbroken, remember this: the fire you have ignited today is not a fleeting blaze. It is a permanent force. It will guide you through every dark hour, every challenge, every fear. It will remind you that you are capable, unstoppable, and more powerful than any obstacle. No excuses. Never again. You are awake. you are alive. You are unstoppable, and the world will never see you the same way again.